What's this great podcast on iTunes?
The Friend Zone.
Hoo, 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 hoo. The Friend Zone. The Friend Zone. The Friend Zone. The Friend Zone. Ah, the Friend Zone. The Friend Zone. Friend Zone. Blues, blues, blues. The Friend Zone. The Friend Zone. Ah, the Friend Zone. Ah, the Friend Zone. I'm gonna take it to the blues. The Friend Zone. Might hear it on Bill Street. Going through your TV. Let me tell you what we mean. Welcome to the Friend.
The Friend Zone. Doom, 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 doom. We have no ivories to tickle, so that was perfect.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's how we do it around here.
That was a good one. I really enjoyed that one.
Did you like it?
I really felt
when
that
I
one.
realized what was happening, then I was like, oh my God.
See, that's the thing, friend. You know what's for you is for you. You understand what I'm saying? That was a gift. That was divine. That was divinely inspired for you.
That was
Absolutely.
perfect.
We wanted you to feel good about that.
We did.
good.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the Friend Zone,
Take
your
a shot.
weekly dose of all things mental health, mental wellness, and mental hygiene. Because who in the hell thought I was about to do the drum roll, but I'm not. Want some musty brain? What's happening?
What's happening?
What's going on? I don't want no musty brain. Do you, Asante?
No.
Do you, friend?
No, thanks.
And I ain't gonna have one. And we ain't gonna let y'all have one either. So welcome to the Friend Zone. What's going on?
That's right.
I like the way my voice sounds much better when I talk like this, so I'm going to try to hold this tone the entire show, all right?
All right.
Because sometimes I get excited and then I be going on and and I ain't doing none of that today. Today it's all right here.
But what if you
We'll
get really
see.
excited? So you just gonna rein it back in?
Slow and steady. That's the words.
Uh-huh.
Don't raise my voice even if I say a verb.
Verb?
I'm really cool like peaches and herb.
Mm.
Speaking of herb, I meet you on the curb. Guess what? I got something to say. I'm ready to start the show. Not tonight, but today. Let's go. What's up? I do weddings, bar mitzvahs,
All right.
baby showers,
Don't
I would
forget
pay
to-
to see
alternative school
baby
graduations.
shower.
Look, there he go. He gonna be at the next sip and see Phaedra has with somebody else's
Not
man.
a sip.
Leading the hustle. I'm going to be the one to tell the DJ, cut on Candy by Cameo. Cut it on right now. And I'm going to bring everybody to the middle of the floor to do the hustle. That's me.
You got
Shout out to Kid Fury. That's one of his favorite songs.
Yes.
And that's
Shout
a
out to
bomb-ass
Kid
song.
Fury.
So, fellas,
Hey, y'all.
what's the plan? What are we talking about today?
How you brought the idea today and you asking us what we talking about today?
Well, we always have to play that game. Like, so, what's the topic?
No, we don't. No, we ain't got to play with nobody in the friend zone. I want to be able to come in here one day and sit down and be like, so y'all, like, let's talk about some shit whenever I'm ready, but that's not going to happen. So,
Well, if you've been on Twitter this week, you'll see that there was an article that went viral, kind of, and it was called "Get Rich or Die Vlogging: The Sad Economics of Internet Fame."
God damn.
I know.
internet fame.
The sad economics.
The sad
of
economics.
of internet fame.
Scratching
written-
and surviving.
I don't know why that phrase makes me laugh.
It was written by Gabby Dunn, and you can find it on fusion.net. I'll make sure to post a link underneath the SoundCloud for those of you who want to check it out. But basically, what the article was discussing was what happens when your fame comes a lot quicker than your money, and how do you resolve that? How are you the person with 90 to 100,000 followers on Instagram or YouTube, but you
ain't got
aren't
$90.
right, but you don't even have $90 in your bank account. Or you're well known and everyone's seeing you on the street, giving you hugs, you're taking pictures, shaking hands, but then you don't even know what's if rent is gonna be made this month.
You know what? Before we get too far into this, because this is making me think of like 100 different things. But more recently, you remember how everybody like made such a big fuss about Patty LaBelle not giving that man money for, promoting her pies?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of starting to think about like that man, how Patty's endorsing him, right? So now we think of him as the Patty Pie guy. But if he decided to put out anything else, singing or whatever, like if he wanted to put out an album, how weird it would be for people to think about supporting him. And I think people are so fickle. Like when they support you in one way, they kind of get a one-track mind. But then it's weird how how certain people, I should say, like as far as audience goes, will demand so much more of you.
Right.
You know? And again, before we get too far, I said all that to say, because I have patty pie.
Oh,
What?
my God.
Are you kidding?
Yo, I said I was not changing the tone of my voice, man. Go to hell, Asante.
And look, it's only funny as hell because
Are you kidding me?
I'm not even fucking
Where
with
did you get patty pies?
My mom dead ass mailed these.
What?
And I thought she was gonna send me one or two.
And I saw you guys on Snapchat.
Yes,
and
because
eating it, and I texted Sunday and I said, "Save me a piece," and he didn't respond.
I didn't respond because I have a whole ass pie for you to take home.
Oh my God!
You
God bless you,
we're about
man.
to have a patty
like for
pie
real.
moment.
I can't open this right now, but it's patty pies in there for you.
We
So
are
take that
literally.
on your way out.
We are in the studio. For those of you who got to put
Actually,
it
no,
together,
I have to show you the bag because
we're in the studio now. Asante is unboxing. I guess this would be unbagging.
Unbagging.
The patty pies. We
Wait,
really
how many
have.
did
We
she
really
send
have
you?
patty pies.
I'm not going to reveal that information about my mother.
Because I saw y'all eat those.
Thank you, Mama Asante.
But I will say this.
I almost said your mother's name.
Was it good?
Right.
I did.
Did it meet the hype? We need to know.
That's what I'm going to tell you. The entire
Oh
reason.
my God, the box.
The box. I had to show you the box. This is like novelty for real. Ignore all this. People don't know what fragile means on the fucking box.
This is so funny.
Why did it end this way?
Why did
I
it-
want to
Look,
sing it so loud, but I told you I'm not
The only
changing.
reason that I'm talking about this and like even giving this to y'all and acting like this is because
I like how
I
Asante
cannot
just
believe
passed each one of us a box.
I cannot believe. And Dustin, you gonna die. You not.
I listen. Oh, see, I almost fucked up. I'm about to die right now. It's taking everything I got.
Look at
I can't believe I'm holding a
down.
patty pie right now. I
Some
needed
people
this.
wait
I was
a
having a really
lifetime.
shitty day, man.
See, but let me
For a moment.
let me say something about that. It's interesting because I heard the patty pies have been out. It's not a new thing.
But and you know what?
And it took that that man, to make that video, create a sort of hysteria over it. And it just went, viral. You know how the
Viral. It
internet
just took
gets.
off,
And
yeah.
now everybody, to the point that now we feel excited to even be holding the
Yep.
box. But it was because of him at the end of the day.
And it was weird. To your point, even Patty didn't want to pay him, So it was like, I'm supporting you putting this out, like, just as a fan, like putting out a video.
she made enough money.
But I can't say that without saying, when you taste that pie, you'll realize why Patty thought her pie was that damn good.
Because it is.
Because
that
it
damn
is.
good.
When Patty sat up there and was like, oh, my pie's, like, they just been selling. Like, she made it seem like y'all are talking about this boy like my pie's not good. And when I had that bite of a pie that was mailed to me, like, warm, oh my God, I feel ashamed talking about this boxed pie.
About a pie.
But the fact that this boxed pie was so delicious, it wasn't just okay. It was great. I was like, I can't believe that this is so fucking good.
I must say that I thought the boxes were much smaller.
I did too.
Did you? When you guys watched the video, what did you think,
I thought
friend?
it looked
You thought
regular,
it was this size?
yeah.
It feels much larger in person.
I know it's so great to have and to hold. I'm glad I got to
can't-
give the
I
gift
can't
of
thank
patty
you, Mom. I
pies.
can't thank you enough. Man.
I'm just glad that I was. Shout out to my mama for allowing me to share this gift.
That
with
is so
thank you
awesome.
so much,
Everyone's
Asante.
absolutely.
Thank you so much, Mama Asante, because this
Yes.
right here.
We should eat them during the listener letters.
Right. Look, I was texting Samir earlier, like, do y'all have an oven up there?
Right.
But it was gonna smell like patty pie all up and through the studios. Like, oh hell yeah.
That would have been too funny. So
But
let's get back into this this topic about being broke and famous. Lord.
Are you broke and famous?
I wouldn't say I'm broke, but
Yes.
I also live in
friend.
New York.
Tell 'em, friend.
That's right,
That's
You
friend.
know,
right.
and New York, one thing I will say is the money that's coming in is also going out very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So I have been unable to find myself feeling comfortable or even feeling a sense of like I made it at any point, no matter how big or small the checks, because there's just always so much that it has to go into. And not even just with monthly expenses living in New York, but even just the monthly expenses that come along with being a creative.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as a YouTuber, most of my subscribers, they just see the free content, but they don't understand that I have to get the ingredients. I have to get the tools that turn the ingredients into something. I have to upgrade my camera quality. Then you need lighting. Then you need audio. All those things are really expensive. You need the editing software. So it's a free video that's only 5 minutes for you to watch, but the process behind it, the hours behind editing, 10, 12 hours to edit a 5-minute video, it's a lot of labor. It's a lot of work. Even just traveling, having to have, you have to give a look when you a brand.
Mm-hmm.
You can't roll up to an event with a hoodie. I mean, you can if you want, but for the most part, you want to kind of put out your best foot forward, and that costs money too, even just looking presentable.
You can't show up looking like one of Nene's sons. You gotta, you gotta show up. You gotta show up presentable. Look at Asante. That took him down right there.
Because
everybody that's listening to the show, Asante is down right now.
I'm down because Fran's expression, Fran's jaw dropped you.
Fran was shocked. I'm sorry, Fran.
I feel like Kim Fields right now.
At least your hair ain't done like hers.
Oh my God. I hate y'all.
And make sure this laugh stays on the final edit too.
Oh
please.
My God.
Thank you. We're gonna roll this. We doing a live show today, y'all. Okay, let's try to just do a live show. All right.
Yeah, that's so funny.
But people don't realize, they don't realize that YouTube is a job.
It's it's not just you sitting in the living room with your camera and just talking and then you upload. It's a job.
Even if you're doing it and you're not doing it to become famous, you're doing it because you just want to put out some bomb ass content. It's still a job because you have to know the ins and outs of tech along with whatever your topic is. And along with your damn self and your regular ass life, there's so many layers to YouTube itself, let alone the people that have to put up, Vines and Instagrams, because they only have, X amount of seconds to put together a campaign to sell whatever they selling, whether it be a waist trainer or, a Marriott campaign.
Hey.
Hello.
Shout out.
So.
No, and I think that the hardest part has been I pretty much went, I'd say 3 years straight on YouTube with not one sponsored video. But the reality is that people don't understand YouTube has changed a lot. Mm-hmm. It's a different game now. It's not just you on your webcam talking about your boyfriends.
Right.
Now it's like a business. It's YouTube is a business. Okay. So it's become hard to not be sponsored in a lot of ways because they cut the money. I'd say I've lost a third of what I was making before on YouTube just because they decided that they could do that. And Google's not really, you can't question Google. You can't question YouTube. They just cut your money. They cut your money. Yep. And that's the thing. There's such a disconnect. There's no higher up that you can really talk to that has your back. You're at the bottom of the totem pole as a creative. And then we also have networks now, which is the new thing that popped off pretty much, I'd say, this year and last year.
Yeah.
So if you're not signed to a network, you're kind of, not even viewed as valuable. But then the network has to get a cut of everything you make. And that can be anything from 20 to 30%. And people don't realize this.
Damn.
So you're getting a company that's taking a cut. YouTube already takes their cut. So you end up with nothing at the end of the month.
Just
you remember
in
back
the
in
cut.
the day?
You just end up in the cut.
That's it, and I think that's something subscribers fail to realize. We want to put out this content. I would love to have videos every day if I could, but I just financially, it's a hard position to be in.
Yeah.
And then the fact that, subscribers don't like when you do sponsored videos. They'd be the first ones in the comment, even though it didn't take anything out of their pocket to watch it. And you could potentially be doing the same exact thing. That's something I realized when I did Marriott. I made sure the tutorials I did for the Marriott wellness sponsorship still fit what I was already doing. Literally, it was no change except that I was at a Marriott location. And people were still it's sponsored, sell out. And I'm but it's a tutorial that you would have gotten anyways. Right. It's just that I'm inside of a Marriott location. You are making it more complicated than it is. I still have to make a living, and this is my way of still maintaining integrity because I'm not pushing a product or capsules that are lying to you saying your hair is going to grow, it's going to clear your skin, or waist training or fit tea detoxes. I don't play those games. of like hustling my brand. You know, I don't want to be that person. I still maintain integrity. But even in maintaining integrity, I've still suffered a lot of backlash. So it gets to a point where you almost feel like your subscribers want you to be broke just as long as they get their content. They don't really care about you as a person.
They don't. They just care about the content and getting it, like, even just outside looking on other people. Because I remember back in the day when YouTube just becoming like a partner was like the big deal. Like, oh, you can't.
I remember that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like, that was the big thing. Like, you had to meet these guidelines, blah, blah, blah. And then they just let anybody do it. Now they cutting you out. Like, that shit is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a hard game now. And because it's so saturated too, there's so many YouTubers, you know, so it's harder to get the piece of the
new
pie.
Channel every 2 seconds.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, I think also for me what's made it even harder maintaining the integrity is that I am kind of niche. Like, you know, I'm health-based, I'm wellness-based, so I'm not going to pump out the L'Oreal videos, the Revlon, the Pantene,
Crown
the big...
Royal. For real, like you said, you maintain brand integrity, you know. she's not gonna have a Burnett's vodka ad, you know, in the middle of her how to make, you know, coconut hair conditioner, you know, something that you know what I'm saying?
No, but
like
that's
you're not
real.
Yeah, like she's not gonna do that.
Well, what if like friend was, you know, having a little cognac while, you know, twisting
A
up her
little
hair in the video?
That's her business,
No,
and
I'm
I
just
think
playing.
that's right. But I think that's part of what the problem is, right? Part of the charm and the appeal, the reason that people fall in love with YouTubers is the relatability factor, right?
Exactly.
They feel like it's someone that's a friend. It's not like pushing them on television on a major network.
Right.
So they are attracted to that, but they don't they don't realize that you're still a viewer, just like you would be a viewer of anything else. So just like you wouldn't write letters to Fox, or maybe y'all would, I don't know, some of y'all are nuts, but like just like you wouldn't write letters to Fox or CBS or NBC saying, hey, take all these damn commercials. I don't want to watch and see no damn commercials when y'all show Martin. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
You wouldn't do that.
And the thing is, everyone is sponsored because even your doctor is giving you prescriptions that is based on a pharmaceutical sponsorship.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You watch your favorite shows, you're going to have to see ads. You watch your favorite artist music video, there's going to be a Beats pill at some point, you know, somewhere in the video.
Product
placement. So I'm not saying that that's a good thing. I'm actually I would say one of the more vocal YouTubers about sponsorships that I'm always very clear in my videos. I'm like, I'm getting paid for this, or they hit me, or, you know, I always tell it. I'm not one of those that kind of tries to front like it's not.
You are real good about that.
Yeah, because I just feel like I'd rather you know where this video is coming from than me trying to front like I just miraculously found this product, you know. And I won't say that everyone doesn't want people to flourish, because I have a lot of subscribers that'll be like, yay, you're with Levi's or Marriott, like I'm so happy for you. But there's still that nervousness that I feel every time I upload a sponsored video or post a sponsored thing on Instagram, because it's like you already know that people are going to assume something bad about it and make it, you know, what it's not, kind of. But it's like, we got to stay afloat somehow.
They take their ass to work every day. So what's the difference? You know what I mean?
Right.
They work for people that I'm sure they don't.
And you see ads on the train.
You see ads on the train.
Everywhere.
And beyond that, like you said, you have to sustain yourself.
Right.
So if you're getting paid to provide a service that people love, why are they angry that you're getting what you deserve, which is compensation? Okay,
that doesn't come out of their pocket.
That does not come out of their pocket.
Absolutely,
I was just about to say.
That's my struggle with it. Because I understand
part.
if you had to pay, let's say YouTube was like Netflix, where it was a subscription service. You had to pay, you know, $10 a month to watch the videos. Then I'd understand you being a little more vocal, because you're paying for us to be up there.
Right. Yeah.
So you have the right, in a way, to be like, I don't like this format or that or this, that. I get it. But it's free. All you're doing is going to youtube.com, you know, and all these YouTubers are busting their asses. Like, you don't know the work that goes into producing these things. And I'm not even of the highest quality. I'm just now starting to get more into the tech side of it, because I do want higher quality videos.
Your videos look amazing, though.
Thank you. They're getting better. You know, I'm learning. Like, it's a process, because I'm not tech savvy at all. I've had to teach myself everything. But, you know, it's a lot of work. And I just wish that this could be a conversation that, you know, people could have with the creatives and the influencers that they love online. Like, we need to find a middle ground, because a lot of us are broke. And we want to create. We love the engagement with our viewers and followers and readers and subscribers. It's amazing. It's a blessing. but we also have to be able to eat. And I understand that you guys don't want to feel like we're just hustling product at you all day and maybe lying, because that's a problem. I understand that a lot of YouTubers will front like, this cleared my skin, but it didn't. They never used it before.
Right.
Or
gave it to their cousin.
Right. Or even pushing capsules and pills. Like, I think that sucks, you know, because you could get people sick. There are people I've seen whose hair is falling out, you know, people breaking out, like, because they listen to their favorite YouTubers. They're over here laughing.
Look, no, I was taken aback. I was like, what?
No, so you can find, so in that sense, I get it. That sucks, because it would suck to, like, think that your favorite influencer is pushing something that they like, and then you find out they just got a check to tell you that. That does suck, and it's hard to separate who is who. But I think it's a conversation that needs to be had, because a lot of us that are genuine, you know, especially us, you know, it's beautiful if we get ads on the Friend Zone.
Yeah.
Because then we can continue it and still pay our rent.
Yeah. I'll say this, as a person who used to make YouTube videos for a minute, where I would just, you know, cut on my MacBook and, you know, say what I had to say in my video. That was cool, you know what I mean, for the time. But then I started getting reactions, you know what I mean? People liked what I was putting out. So I didn't want to just do it that way. You know, now I'm interested in having like produced videos, you know what I mean? Edited, much higher quality. And I'm not putting anything out unless it's that.
Exactly.
Also, now I feel like what I have to offer is worth something, right? I feel like it's something that I can sell. It's something that I can, it's bankable for me, my perspective. So I'm not interested in and I hate feeling like I let people down, but I feel like you'll be even more entertained by something that's a better opportunity for me to have proper resources to really entertain people. So until then, I just won't put anything out, you know, unless I'm compensated or unless it's something of value.
Right.
And that's something that I wish that people were more understanding of, because it's not that anyone's lazy or complacent or, you know, doesn't give a damn about the viewers or the subscribers or any of that. It's just sometimes you want to put out what you feel is a proper product. You know, you want more. When you believe in your talent and your gift, you want more. And you want it to be presented, you know, properly. And as it deserves to be. So there's other things involved here. It's not just someone, quote unquote, selling out, you know, whatever the hell that even means. And furthermore, this is what I really don't understand, right? What kind of response do you expect? Do you think you telling me that I'm selling out is going to make me want to offer you a service? You know what I'm saying? What does that even? There I go. I just did it. See, when I start going off, I get hot. But what does that even, you know, accomplish? Nothing. That just makes me resentful of you and of this entire experience.
Right. Instead of just opening up the floor to a conversation about it.
And I think I try to, as a creative, like thinking about that, you know, like how you want more for yourself and you want to change up, or how for me personally, I think about just what I want to do and how I want it to have a certain effect and how I want it to look a certain way and be a certain way. People on the outside looking in don't even respect like just music artists and celebrities and shit like that. And not necessarily saying that they have to, but, you know, if they don't put the value in those things and they kind of group, you know, someone that they just see online into that, they don't even take the time out to realize that them watching the video, how the like or the dislike works and goes into effect. Like, they just kind of look at it and they're just like, this is just another thing that I'm taking for granted. Like, I can't talk to Beyonce, but I can go on her Vivo and talk about whatever on it. So, you know, now you as friend, you know, you have of course, you know, you're like the Beyonce of health and beauty, but you don't have the reach Beyonce does. So you actually can see some of these comments and people just being like, what the fuck? Like, you know, I feel like people are going to have something to say no matter what you do. And it sucks. But as a creative, if it's time to get money, like, people have to make certain decisions. And I think that people need to be more understanding of that. Like, they kind of need to look at certain points of views when people make certain choices, like, and
then even translate to recording artists.
Yeah, I was just about to say. How many recording
artists?
Look at A-Marie on YouTube.
I'm gonna keep talking. How many recording artists?
That's crazy because her voice is so beautiful. She can sing, man.
And that's, to me, is the sad part. We love artists. We love their music. When they put out the mixtapes, we'll be so quick to download it. But when people put out albums or have concerts, no one goes, no one buys it. But then you're so quick online to make fun of an artist being broke down or her weave is broke
or
she's
even
this,
make
and
fun
it's
of them
like,
for
well,
being
she's
broke.
struggling.
Yeah.
Because you guys aren't supporting her. You didn't go to her concert. And it's just a weird dynamic that I think happens where between the creator and the consumer, where people are very comfortable just consuming, and there's no like real relationship, you know. There's no give and take, I should say.
I think that you're onto something, because there has to be a way, like, as a creative, not to, and maybe because you do such a good job of being careful about how you choose your advertising, like, I feel like you probably don't have as many people still complain. Like, I feel like people are going to say what they say.
Oh, yeah, they still do.
But it makes me think about...
What I don't have is as much money as a lot of my peers.
Hello.
That's
right.
what I don't have, because I'm so
because
focused on my integrity that I'm a lot broker. I hate the word broke, but I'm not doing as well as a lot of my peers who just take whatever. And it's and that's the thing, too, for creatives that gets hard, too, because... a lot of my peers don't say no. They take everything. So then people get mad at people like me who don't take everything. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. I think it just gets so hectic. And it's like, can we just make a living?
But you know what? That's why I get so like I'm so for the underdog. I'm so for independent. I'm so for like just new shit and random shit. Because there are so many people out there that work for free and they work hard as hell. And they shit looks like it should be, you know, put in the fucking museum, but they making 2 cents on it. You know what I'm saying? And it happens all the time. Black and Sexy TV, we were just talking about them. I remember.
I love that channel.
I do too.
YouTube.
I remember
so
when Black and Sexy like didn't chart. Like they just probably had 2 or 3 shows. Like they came out with a whole line of program. All the shit looks awesome.
It was free for years.
Years.
Because I remember watching it, and they just started charging. I think this year.
Yeah.
And people were still complaining. All they charge is like $2-3, and I see people in the comments like, oh, I don't want to pay for this, and
then people complained that they ended up on BET. Like, I know for Black and Sexy TV, when I saw they were on BET, I don't really care for BET, but I was like, that's a bomb ass.
Amazing.
You think I'm not gonna take my ass on set at BET?
Look, I'm gonna watch Black and Sexy only because it's on BET. Like, the fact that they made it to TV is a big deal.
Yes.
And
congratulations. Shout out to Black and Sexy.
Yeah, man,
Black
that's so inspiring.
And you know
to see
for
moves
sure
like that.
Look, you know for sure, just like you, friend, that they did not sacrifice, you know, like their content.
It's
like
really
the
good.
The quality of it, the music, the
and
soundtrack.
And they could have, because if you think about it, they could have put all kinds of product placements.
Yeah, they could have sold out a long time ago.
Yeah, they could have sold out and they didn't.
Y'all
they
could have
really
been getting Beats Pills commercials
in the middle, like on the bed while they were you know, like it's like there's so many corners they could have cut that they chose not to in order to not lose the relationship they had established with their viewers. And it gets hard for people like us that do care about that, because we do tend to be the brokest ones.
Yep.
We tend to be the ones with the best content. You know, the content that really has substance and like reach, an emotional thread.
Yes.
But we end up being the ones that struggle the most, and I think that's really sad.
And you have to work the hardest, and then people expect you to work the hardest, which is like odd.
Right.
Like sometimes you should just, not to say you should just be able to put out your quality and people should just come get it right then and there, but when you work hard to make sure your stuff looks a certain way, you work hard to get it out there to people, like it's supposed to pay off. It's not supposed to mean like
this
is gonna be free forever.
Yeah, you have to, I think, and this goes for all creatives and all people in general, if there's something online or wherever that you enjoy, support the creator.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, it should be an even trade. It should be a give and take. Like, support them. If there's an artist you love, why did you not buy their CD when it came out? Why didn't you go get it? You know, in any way.
And if you know that they got their stuff on Bandcamp and you have downloaded it and it's the shiz night, go ahead and throw some money in that Bandcamp.
Word, that's so true.
Because you know what, that money is going to them. Like, it's not going through iTunes.
I have
like,
so many
really
friends that I'll see, like, you know, the Bandcamp, because it'll go through PayPal, and they'll get the like text alert, and I see their faces light up like, oh man, someone bought my project.
That's
and a
so
lot of
dope.
times it'll be donation based. You know, they won't even set a price. It'll just be like whatever you want to contribute. And it matters. Like, I have artist friends that have kids. This is putting food on those kids' tables.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it'll, like, I have one friend, and I remember he's getting the text, and it was like, you know, someone bought your album for $7, and he was like, oh, that's so dope. And it broke my heart kind of, because I'm like, that's sad, man, that like we're out here excited because we just got a text for $7,
Yep.
you know? And it's just like all the engineers and the producers and the singers and the songwriters that it took to create this album. And we're over here happy we got $7 that you can't even split with everyone evenly. And, you know, and it's already hard to be a creative. And I just wish that, you know, the consumers of the creations would just be a little more like aware of what it takes.
Yeah.
You know?
They
And it
for
works
free.
both sides. I know that also as creatives,
Sometimes we ask a lot of
we
consumers.
do. Yeah, we ask a lot. There's some creatives that kind of ruin it for the rest of us.
Right. Like, you know, your favorite artists, like, they brand new.
Starting Kickstarters.
First album. No, like, first album. They going on tour. You're like, all right, I'm going to go see him. Tickets are $70.
Right.
This is the first time. But then on the other end of it, maybe, you know, they don't know a whole lot, and they probably just went for what they thought they could sell.
Right.
But that's a big issue.
Yeah, but
I ain't
I
gonna mention
just think it's a conversation that's really important. I just thought sometimes I wonder, like, how do we have that, you know?
Just like this. You gonna sit at work for an extra hour for free? You gonna work overtime for free this week? You gonna work any hours at all for free this week at work? No, you're not.
Never.
If your
right?
boss calls and tells you, you know what? Yes, your salary, but I'm not paying you today. But you still gotta come
But
to
you
work.
gotta come in
You
and work.
you getting on the train?
That's right.
You gonna put your car in reverse? Hell no.
Right.
So don't expect any of us to do something that we do to sustain ourselves for free. That's absolutely ridiculous. And I personally, you know, just me, the way my stuff is set up, I don't care about nobody being mad about it. I don't care. Like that, like I said, you ain't taking your ass to work for free, so don't expect me to. End the discussion. Let's move forward, please. Thank you very much.
And I think a lot of it too is the fact that people don't think being a creative is a real job.
Right.
Yep.
So there's a lack of respect that happens a lot. I saw someone tweet yesterday, in regards to the article, actually, someone tweeted that they told their son, like, oh man, a lot of your favorite YouTubers and vloggers are broke. And the son responded, well, why don't they get real jobs then? And everyone was laughing at the tweet. And I was
Yeah.
like, I get that that's a funny tweet, but that's also fucking crazy to
Like
say.
what?
Like, you know, this is our real job. It just, people work in different ways. So it's like, I don't know, it's just a respect issue too. I think that,
Respect.
especially as a YouTuber, you know how many people I've told I'm a YouTuber and they'd go, really?
Wow.
Like for a living? You're like, yeah. They kind of make that face like,
And you do make it look really good too. That's I would be taken aback too if I would just met you on the street. You say you did YouTube. I'd be like, you do?
right? Like,
look,
damn.
shut up.
Look.
I literally get that response every time, to the point that I don't even say YouTube anymore. Now I just usually say I'm like a creative.
But give some people some credit. I think sometimes that they are acting like that because you so damn fine. They be like, you only make YouTube, like you just get paid to do YouTube
You are
videos. Like you
funny.
ain't no model or nothing.
Baby girl, you're so damn fine though.
Want to know? Fuck,
Hit it from behind.
No. I
That's
press
all.
for white. No.
It's always an appropriate moment for Fetty. Always.
Well, I guess we should move on
Mhm.
to the wellness segment, which I actually was inspired by Asante, because he's here with his sexy stone necklaces.
Oh, I got my necklace on today.
Oh, you didn't wear it today?
No,
He
it's-
has his little sack in his pocket, though.
I do have my sack in my pocket.
And I thought to
That
fit
sounds
in
really
with
dirty.
the creative conversation, I wanted to tell you guys about 2 stones that I have found extremely helpful as a creative, and hoping I can't speak today, hoping that you guys that are interested in gemstones and just the vibrational health that they emit, and how they can contribute to your day. The first one being citrine.
Yes.
And it's often called the merchant stone. It's often called the success stone. It's really, really beautiful. It's like this really, like, what color would you say? It's
like an
like an amber.
Amber.
Yeah, it's like a goldish amber. Really
That
beautiful.
stone is on fire. Oh, you
And-
know what? Really fast. I got my stones from because people asked me.
Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you. You definitely have
I
to
got
tell
my
people.
stones from the place called Rockstar. It's on 26 between
That
6th
is
and
such a
7th.
cute name. for
And
it.
if you go, tell them that the friend zone sent you, because I told the lady I was going to talk about it on the podcast. I was like, I'm going to talk about it.
I
so
love
yeah,
that.
it's on 26 between 6th and 7th.
And the Namaste shop on 14th Street
Ooh,
and
yeah.
7th is actually
That's the shop that like the craft
amazing.
shop. I need
Yeah,
to go in
that
there.
does look like the craft when you
It
pass it
do.
with the big Buddha on the door. But that's where I get my stones. So citrine is really dope because and this is me speaking from experience. That's one thing I will say. If I ever mention something, is because it worked for me. I would never mention it just because I read it somewhere. And a friend of mine had told me if you put the citrine on top of money and kind of, put it on a table somewhere, on top of a couple of bills, it actually like multiplies it and magnifies it and creates an element of abundance for you in your life. But the beauty of it is that the abundance doesn't have to do with greed or just being rich.
Right.
It only vibrates and connects to you if it senses that the abundance has to do with you sharing it and actually using it to be a contribution to communities and to the world around you. So I just thought that was so positive, because most of us just want to be rich.
Yeah.
But I like that it has a kind of philanthropic twist to it in a way.
I love that.
Yeah, and I thought that's a nice vibe, because that's what stones are. When you go to a shop, you don't necessarily you can if you're like a vet that knows stones and you know which one you want. But for the most part, it's usually suggested, especially when you're a beginner, that you just kind of walk around the store, ask questions. Sometimes a stone will kind of like call out to you in a weird way, like you just keep staring at it or you touch it and feel something, and then you can ask the people that work there and they can tell you what it means, and it might be something that you needed that you didn't even know you needed. So citrine is one of those that kind of stood out to me, and then when my friend suggested it, I was like, what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it. What's the hurt? And I promise you guys, I hate to sound like your grandma, but it really worked.
I believe you.
When I tell you, I did it at the start of the year, which is actually kind of cool because it's about to be the start of the year for all of us. I did it the start of the year for 2015, and I promise you guys know I tell the truth. This has been my best financial year yet.
Go on, friend.
And I'm not going to say that the stone brought me money, but it was the intention that I set in my home for my business. Like I bought the stone, I went and got it. Like it created that energy for me.
Yeah.
And the flow just started. And so I would definitely recommend that.
And you know what? That's what I thought about too when I bought stones. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna learn what they mean and just kind of
vibe with them.
Just take it for what it is. Not even to just be like, I'm gonna sit here with this stone until my mood changes.
No expectation.
Like when I pull that stone out, I do it like a little bit to be funny, but at the same time, I also am kind of like just taking it as like a nervous thing to clear my mind, like a stress reliever.
Yeah, because you connect.
Yeah,
I mean, it's earth. It's part of. I know. I've had a lot of religious people that have felt uncomfortable with my use of stones and the way that I promote them. But I'm like, okay, you love God, right? This stone comes from earth.
Yeah.
Like, it's a creation that God created for us to use to feel even closer.
And it ain't no drugs now. Ain't nobody telling you to smoke the stone or nothing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's not
not crack rocks.
not bath salts.
Okay.
But,
not Angie Stone. No, I'm just kidding. I could not help it, y'all. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. I've been waiting to crack an Angie Stone joke for like the past 6 minutes.
You know what?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing well tonight, right?
Because you've been holding that.
Right. Thank you.
But I think that is a really cool stone that I think you guys should check out. And then the second one is the lapis lazuli, which is the communication stone. It's a really beautiful blue stone. And I keep one under my desktop computer. And whenever I'm on my laptop or traveling, I always keep it on top of the keyboard while I'm working. And it's because the whole point of the communication stone is that it enhances your ability to communicate in a way that people will understand.
I need to get a whole bunch of them.
Exactly.
I need to go back for that.
Right. So
I need to get my flooring made out of lapis. What is it called, friend?
Lapis lazuli.
I need lapis lazuli tile all through my goddamn
that
house.
Would be really beautiful.
It'd be lit, right?
Yeah, it would be really nice.
It's a blue because they use that. I'm familiar with the color.
It's a really pretty kind of royal blue.
Yes, it is.
And I would suggest you get that. You can either get it in a necklace form, which is actually something I've been looking for because I think it'd be cool to carry it since I am someone that does speaking gigs and, and even when I bump into my subscribers on the street, like I just like to have the proper words, proper energy for what people might expect for me to say.
Yes.
So lapis lazuli is definitely an amazing communication stone. And that's not just for being a creative, but that can be for you for your relationships or your friendships. Maybe you're having trouble getting the words out right, you know, and granted, this isn't gonna like step up your vocab. It's not that kind of thing, but it's just gonna ensure that whatever your intentions are with what you're trying to say to someone, that it comes out, you
That's
know,
amazing.
with the utmost clarity. So citrine for abundance and lapis lazuli for communication. I think as creatives, those are probably the two coolest stones that you can have around you. And that is my wellness segment for this week.
Yes.
Hey.
I'm gonna piggyback and throw one more stone in there. Amethyst, you know.
Oh.
No Tina She. Hashtag no Tina She.
Amethyst is Tinashe's best work. Just for the record, I know y'all probably don't even know who the hell Tinashe is. Amethyst is her best
She's
work.
big,
I
no?
love her, and that's all I have to say about it. And it goes with the stones for the week, so bam.
Well, for
It's also
amethyst,
a beautiful stone.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite. Like visually.
I have one in my bed.
Oh, really?
I have one. I keep one in my pillowcase.
I like that.
Because they say that the amethyst is supposed to be like a calming, peaceful stone and stuff like that. And
So you keep it under your pillow because you're tired of these niggas.
Yeah,
how
that's
you
right.
keep your amethyst.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? I just got that new bed frame too. I've been sleeping good. So just the intent of the stone. I'm not saying I bought the stone and then my bed frame came. Even though UPS was playing games, but I won't do that today.
I actually have a stone that I keep by my bed as well. It's the black tourmaline. And it's a black stone, so it's really beautiful. Whenever people come to my house and they'll see it on my night table, they're like, "Wow!" Because my room is all white.
Yeah.
So then you see this black stone. It's like, okay, what is that? But what it does is it absorbs any negative thoughts that you might be going to sleep with.
Oh, I'm going to get one.
Right. So
I don't want that in my house. I love me a negative thought.
Oh my God.
No.
Couldn't help it.
No.
Couldn't help it. It just be on me
Mid
sometimes.
laugh.
Man.
I couldn't even take
I
it.
am
help it.
done. No, but it's a helpful stone for absorbing energies that you've kind of been having a hard time shaking off. So I keep it by my bed because I like to go to sleep with that clarity, because then you wake up and you just kind of feel better. So that's just I guess a bonus.
What is that stone called?
Black tourmaline.
So that's a good stone to hit somebody with. When
I
you,
would-
when you say you're getting that energy
Say
up out of
oops up
upside your head. I said oops upside your head. What you say? Yeah, I'm gonna give me a black tourmaline on their ass from now on.
Hit somebody's black tourmaline, okay?
Do we have an icebreaker for this week?
I mean, yeah.
Something you could think of that's juicy. You said, I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
something I could think of that's juicy. Ooh.
Oh boy, not what I meant.
What juicy things do I want to know about Fran specifically? I already know things about you. Actually, no. I guess I should say something so you could tell the people something.
Yeah, let's drag something out of Dustin.
Oh,
What?
God.
Where's the freakiest plate? No, I'm just playing.
Oh. My mom just perked up like, oh.
Yo, what if this was that kind of episode? Like one day
A
we
sex
just did like a
episode?
whole. Never mind. Never mind. See, and don't be emailing us about this either. Don't be crazy people after we just talked about
We
this
gotta do a
creative
Cardi
thing.
B Thotty episode.
Yes.
I love her.
Yes.
Y'all,
I'm
me,
sorry.
too, me too, friend. And I didn't know. I just found out about Cardi B
Really?
probably like 3-4 weeks ago.
I know that she's someone that there's like a lot of disagreements online. I'm seeing how people are just kind of pissed that she's like, you know,
Getting
getting
more
the
visibility,
getting the
yeah.
level of attention she is for being who she is. And I
Who
see
is she?
both sides.
Me too.
She's just a girl from New York that just has a lot of personality and just blew up on Instagram because she's so funny with her videos.
Oh, okay.
But I really like her because I can see both sides. I
Yeah.
see that, you know, people are worried that she'll affect the young girls that are watching her thinking, oh, this is all I have to do to get a show. You know
then
what I
stop
mean?
letting your kids watch it then.
Right. And that's, I mean, it comes down to that. But the other part that I do like is that, I mean, she says
Yeah,
that.
right.
She says, like, don't be like me.
That's
I
literally her
hate that
message.
I didn't go to college and
Yeah.
I was chasing men and
Yep.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I had to be a stripper and sell this, that, and the other to put food on the table. Like she's very vocal about it. So that's I'm like, well, I mean, she's not necessarily glorifying it, but I know technically we are by giving her such a big platform. So
Well, this
I see
platform
both
was built
sides.
for her, so I'm excited to see what
She's
she's gonna do with
entertaining.
it. I guess.
I was actually telling the guys that I was tempted to watch this season just because I want to see how she's gonna fit. She's
the
so
first
New
episode
York.
was so good, but Cardi B was not on the first episode.
wasn't
of Love
on
and
it?
They
Hip
had
Hop
a
New
lot
York.
to
Why?
they had a lot to cover in that first episode.
From like the old characters.
Oh, my
and the new
God.
ones. It's
And-
good. It's good.
it's
though,
good.
friend.
It's good.
It's really
I
good.
think I'm gonna watch
The
it.
Young
Yup.
B chicken noodle soup with a soda on the
I
sides
love
on
her.
there.
Young
But
love
she,
her.
but she was like fan favorite episode 1.
Yes, I
Like,
love her.
She got me.
That's Harlem right there.
It's-
I love her.
Look, if I see Young
Actually,
B in the
someone
streets,
tweeted me and said Young B came for you, and I was like, "What you mean?" They were
Okay,
like,
I
"Cause she
hate-
said she was the queen of Harlem." I was
Oh.
like, "There's only one."
Ooh. Just like that.
'Cause
it
I was
finna
about to say-
shift. It was going to be a revolving
that
door in
fast,
my
that
heart,
fast.
just that fast. Young B wasn't finna make it to old
Okay.
B.
she was finna be OWT
She
out.
was gonna stay where she at.
Okay,
I
You understand? We
I
was finna
love
put
y'all.
a period on the end of that sentence.
we was about to
goddamn.
let it rain and clear something
And
on
clear
out.
it right
Okay?
on up. Okay.
No. They was just playing.
Nah, when I see her in the
Because apparently
street,
she said she's the queen of Harlem.
when I see her in the street, I'ma dap her up, be like, daughter.
Yeah.
Daughter.
Oh. She told her, "You got on Hirachis,
That
bitch."
girl, you know, we need to talk about that one week because this girl admitted on TV that she got her ass beat by Young B, like in a roundabout way. And then Young B
How?
later on,
Told her she would do it again.
later on, Young B said something about her 15 stitches and,
It
and
was
said she's gonna do it
glorious.
again.
15 stitches.
She told, and
Harlem
it was
girls,
glorious.
Man.
And
anyway,
Is the other girl from Harlem?
okay.
I
No,
don't care
she's
about
from the
her.
Bronx. The other girl is from the
Ooh.
Bronx.
Oh, that's
Yep.
That's war.
Yep, she's from the Bronx.
Yeah, but we don't care about the other girl.
Mm-mm.
Through all that, I could. Oh, if you could be on any Love and Hip Hop franchise, what would it be?
Ooh.
Oh boy.
And give a little background
And
about
who
your
would
character.
who would you date?
Who would you date? Who would you be friends with on the
Who
show?
would you bring on?
Oh,
This is actually really funny.
ain't this good? You wasn't ready for that. That was a good one, wasn't it?
Dustin lit up.
And it came
Because-
to be
okay,
like
because-
an epiphany.
Because there is somebody who, and for now, this here, I usually, when I'm on the podcast, I guess this is a tidbit for everybody, but when I'm on the podcast, I always try to speak to a broad audience and not just people who are familiar with me from like my Twitter or
right.
whatever. But for those, this nugget is for those of you who do follow me and who are familiar with with me and shit. There is someone on one of the Love and Hip Hop franchises that I am attracted to.
What?
Yeah, and
Ooh,
I
wanna
never
guess.
come out and really admit it. But
Is it Richie?
But I say
Richie
things. I
B?
say, and that's the day Dustin quit the podcast. I'm leaving the friend zone.
Let me find out that's how you join in the Creep Squad.
Right.
Ooh.
So I creep.
No.
No. Okay.
Oh, hell no.
But yeah, so if you follow me, then you already know what's up. If you know,
Oh my
you know.
God, I wanna know.
But if I was going to be on, so that's enough of that bullshit. So if I was going to be on any Love and Hip Hop franchise, though, what franchise would I be on? That's interesting. It definitely would not be Hollywood because Hollywood doesn't
No.
have enough soul for me. You know what I mean? That franchise. But there are people I love on that franchise too.
Right.
But if I was going to be on any franchise, I think that I would like to be on New York. And probably
You
just
would
and
be
the only
so
reason I say
funny.
the only reason I say that is because I know that my personality would be something totally different for the New York cast as far
Right.
as the guys are concerned. And I think that
Do you
I
think
would
you'd fight?
I definitely probably would fight,
He
but
said
it
it
would
so
not
calm.
be.
I probably
Yeah,
definitely would
But
fight.
and you know what's most amazing? It wouldn't be any of the cast members though. I wouldn't fight any of the
You'd
cast
fight
members.
Mona?
You think
No,
that?
I think that right.
I'm like,
I
who?
think Fran going down the list of people that need their ass whooped.
Starting with Public Enemy
Right.
number 1.
You
She
would fight
didn't
Mona.
hesitate.
No, I think that we
Who
would be.
else?
I think we would be filming and probably be out somewhere. And I'll put it to you like this: there are two ways that I would fight if I was on Love and Hip Hop. Right. Number one is if anybody that I was in a disagreement got in my personal space whatsoever. I'll swing. But other than that, the only way I would fight is if we were like out somewhere and we had a disagreement that got, heated like that with someone that was at the place, like a total stranger. You know how you watch like The Real World or those shows back in the day and they would blur the random person in the club
Yeah.
out that
Yeah,
got stomped
that's
out.
true.
Like how
I
they
think
do
it
on
would be
Bad Girls
something like
Club.
that. I'm not confrontational like that. Like I know confrontation very well, but I'm not a confrontational person. So I think that
You're
I
not
would go.
out, like looking for it.
Yeah, I think I would go on the cast and end up getting along with everybody. So I don't think I would fight anybody on the show. But if y'all know who I was talking about, that is going to be hilarious.
I'm so mad because
I'll tell you after the show.
Okay. I was about to do a search on
I don't even
Twitter.
Look, and then it's gonna be
Is
like
it
you already follow and
Miles?
watch.
You need to, if you really now you really want to get a clue. Go through. I won't tell you this. I will say that. I will say that
They're gonna do it.
It surfaced. It surfaced on one of the episodes of the Green Experiment on YouTube. Shout out to Kid Fury. If you go to Kid Fury's YouTube channel and watch our series called The Green Experiment, you will know who it is. If you figure it out, if you don't, whatever. I'm never telling on here, so you can get that out your minds if that's
Don't
what
worry,
y'all.
I'll scrape through and
wait. So who
and come out.
specifically name like 3 of your castmate friends, like people?
Yeah,
you probably,
who would be your crew that would come on the show?
Okay, so that will come on, or that's already there.
Because everyone kind of has a
or
crew, right?
even if you wanted to, like, it could be famous people or whatever. This is gonna be good.
That'll just be
Okay,
your crew.
so what I'll do is I'll go through I'll just use who's on cast currently,
Okay.
right, for all 3 franchises.
Okay.
So if I was on Hollywood, I would definitely be friends with Soulja Boy. For all the things that he is not, Soulja Boy is a good time. He's hilarious.
You would be Soulja Boy's
yeah,
friend.
we
He'd
would
come to you
talk.
for
We
advice.
would crack, and
see
I would
that.
be a listener. I would be a voice of reason for him. But we probably wouldn't even get to that point because me and Soulja Boy would be having a good time.
I think that y'all would be brothers. 'Cause y'all
partying
both
like
niggas.
everything. Like we would
That
we would be
is
having a
really
I
really
see
good.
that.
And Ray J, I would be friends with.
I
all
would
the
be friends with
trash.
Ray J
I'd be
too.
friends with Ray J too.
I would be friends. Ray J seemed cool.
He's
Like, he a
fun.
nigga, but
seems
he cool
fun,
as
right?
hell.
Exactly. If I were on Atlanta, definitely me and Stevie would be friends.
Oh,
Although
no.
the only reason I would not be friends with Stevie J is because I didn't like how he interacted with Crystal on the read.
Oh, I do
So
remember that.
y'all know what kind of friend I am. My
Yeah.
loyalty
Yeah.
is the way it's set up. I couldn't fuck with him. But if that
Right.
never happened, me
It'd
and
be a
Stevie J would
different-
be totally like we'd be great friends. We would have a really good time.
So you'd be friends with all the dirt bags.
Yeah,
in
the fun
season.
people. Me and
The
Lil
fun
people.
Scrappy, you know. Definitely on
He
the
said, "Me and
female
Lil Scrappy,
side.
you
The
know.
fun people.
On the female side, me and Jocelyn would definitely be
Yeah.
friends. And I would also, y'all can say what y'all want, but I would also be friends with Moniece on Hollywood and Miss Nikki Baby on Hollywood.
I'd be friends with Miss Nikki
Yup,
Baby on
I would.
Hollywood.
And in New York, I would definitely be friends with Remy. I don't know that there are any male figures on the New York show that I would be friends with.
I wouldn't want to be Remy's friend on this show.
I would be
She
friends
could
with
lose
Remy.
it at any time.
No, she can't.
I don't want to.
She got too much to lose at this
I mean,
point.
yeah, but still, just for the sake of like her just snapping off of anything, I would
Yeah.
not want to be around while she set off just about anything.
See, I don't even know which one I'd be a part of because I haven't really
Oh,
watched
damn.
it so long.
Oh damn!
I have no idea. I guess I don't know.
Fran would be on.
Who? You know what? You guys tell me who.
Okay,
I would
so
be on,
you would-
since you guys have watched all.
You
the
would be
seasons.
on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Really, not New York.
It would be back in your, because it'd be back when you were trying to be in the music scene.
True,
So
true,
it'd be
true.
Yeah,
Fran,
you'd be Atlanta.
Fran as an artist,
Okay,
on
me
the
and
come
India
up.
Sean
So right,
and Rory.
you gonna be
Yeah.
friend? No, he can't be on the show. That's gonna be weird.
Little
It's
Rory.
bad bitches than young ass Rory. On the, like
It's
what's that
perfect.
gonna be?
I
Okay.
love his music though.
Oh yes,
He's
the
so
shit.
cute. It's like my little brother in my head.
And you want to be on Love and Hip Hop with your little brother.
My
Look
little
at you.
brother. We gotta bring some high vibrations.
You would be friends with Scrappy.
What?
Yep.
What? Why?
Because you're an artist and you're trying to sing, so I think Scrappy would bring you on randomly as like his artist. He's trying, because he's crazy as hell, but he needs people that understand him, and you would understand Scrappy.
I highly
think I'd understand
doubt.
everybody on
I
the
mean,
cast.
yeah.
I'd be the oracle.
You
Me and
would-
DJ Khaled
I'm
just
telling
down
you.
here
Yeah.
Friend, you
spitting
would.
keys of success to Jocelyn.
He got home safe by
Water
the
But
way.
I'm
the
telling you,
plants.
Scrappy is one of them niggas
Lion.
that. Scrappy's one of them niggas that will read the foreword of a book and think he did it.
Wait. Did y'all see when he was lost?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He made it home safe. Okay, for
But
those
wait,
of you who are
but
wondering
wait.
what we're talking about, DJ Khaled's Snapchat is one of the
Is
Oh my
the
God.
best decision I made in 2015.
I don't even snap, I guess.
Right.
But I follow certain people because I'm trying to figure out how to make mine. But his is when I say
Oh my God.
amazing.
He eats the same thing for breakfast
Yes.
every day.
He waters his plants.
He waters the hell out of his plants every day.
Yep.
He waters his lion that doesn't need to be watered.
Snapchat was made for niggas
He
like
got
Khaled.
lost at sea yesterday and he was Snapchatting.
the whole
Snapchat was
time.
made for niggas like
Oh
Khaled.
God! But okay, we're totally off topic. But wait, we gotta get off. This is the longest icebreaker ever. This is like a whole segment.
Okay, will you be friends with Scrappy? I think that you would be friends with. I think you'd be friends with Rashida randomly. Oh, because she knows Scrappy.
Did she beat someone up?
No.
Oh,
You would be
maybe
friends
I-
with Rashida only because she got her like makeup and cosmetics line. So I feel like you'd be talking to her about all sorts of other shit.
I'd
She'd be like,
help
now,
her make the
Francie, I'm trying to
transition
be
to
like
You
you.
be telling her what to throw out. You'd be like, girl, throw all that shit away.
I'd help her make the transition to YouTube.
That's. I would be on.
That's mean.
Exactly.
I think that I would be on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood randomly.
You think you would?
I would. I would. I
Hollywood?
would do Hollywood, and I would be friends with Miss Nikki Baby
Yes.
and Fizz
And Moniece.
and Omarion. Moniece, I would probably see in passing. I'd have love for
See,
her.
I
'cause
would be
she's
friends with her. You know, I like the whole underdog thing. And plus, Moniece is, when it's time to get to it, Moniece gets right to it.
But that's
I
the thing.
appreciate people
I
like
actually
that.
like, and whoa, I'm about to get a lot of backlash from this. I think that
Uh-oh.
Moniece, as a person, has a lot to offer.
I do
like,
too.
And I don't want to see that on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. And not to say that she's doing the wrong things on the show, but like you can tell that she's really like been through some shit. She's going through
Yes.
some shit, and she's
It endears you to her.
But and I, because I am endeared to her, because I actually think that her music's not half bad. Like I
Yeah.
saw her with vocal coaches, I was like, she could be good. Like I could see why, as a creative, she had that struggle as an artist, and then life happened and she had a
Probably
child,
Gave up, yeah.
and then there are real things that go with having a child, like postpartum stuff like that. Not to say that she had it, but like just Moniece as a person, like I don't think anything ill of her, and she entertains me when she does lose it on the show. But I don't think I would be friends with her if I was on the show because she loses it on the show.
Right.
But I say all that to say, like, I actually can see the human side. Like on the reunion when she like shut down, that was me. I was like, I know it shut down when I see it.
Right.
Yeah,
You
baby.
understood
Yeah,
it.
baby.
And then-
I,
and
and I
Nina
knew
was
why
like,
she had shut down. 'Cause
Look.
she was tired. They were all. I don't know how the hell this
We-
turned into the Love and Hip Hop episode of the
I know,
podcast.
right?
Sure
but
did.
anyway, they were like just completely attacking her as a mom because there were some custody issues between her and her son's father. And people who literally had never filmed with her, people who knew nothing about her, they were literally jumping up out of their seats in the audience, telling her how terrible of a mother she was and what should have mattered. It was disgusting.
and I don't think that. And part of me feels like, I don't know if, from my perspective, I felt like they were attacking her, like they were just going hard for being moms, and like there was no understanding of some moms may not have had that.
Have different
Or they-
storylines.
Right, because you even
Yeah.
see how her mom is. Like,
Oh my God!
like to see somebody's mom being like that, you would almost understand why they struggle.
I saw someone post a clip on Twitter, and her mom sounds like a news anchor.
yeah, she does.
She running.
Right?
She's always
She
running a
has such
campaign.
news anchor.
She sounds like a crook. She
I'd like
sounds
to
like
see her
somebody who
mom.
always is working on a pyramid scheme, or wanting you to do
A
something,
crook.
buy into something. She trying to fast talk you and
Her mama
get your
seems like
money. She's a crook.
she'd be
Selling
friends with
bootleg
Omarosa.
insurance, that kind of shit. She
Her
one of
mama would
them.
be friends with Omarosa.
Yeah, totally.
Y'all
For
was
real.
so funny.
For real.
All
So
right,
anyway.
let's get. Well, that was a really interesting icebreaker.
It was a good one,
icebreaker
right?
/ bonus episode.
Oh, Love and Hip Hop YouTube. Who would you
Love
be?
and
Who would
Hip
you?
Hop
YouTube.
Ooh,
That
so you know
is-
Cheska Lee gonna be on the
It would,
franchise.
listen, it would
the
be
Reed gonna
me,
be.
Kid Fury, Cheska Lee,
Oh, we-
Shameless Maya, Ray Ray.
We could do a whole TV show
We
with the
really-
people we
as-
know. No, never
as
mind.
crazy as
no,
we all
no,
are.
never mind. 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 Back that all the way up, and we're gonna go right on into the questions.
What are you talking about? Explain it to the listeners.
Nothing. I thought about doing a TV show, and then I was like, no, because then they gonna write in back. And then Mona's gonna send somebody an email, and I'm not working with Mona, so never mind.
I fuck with Mona, but I would do it my way. I'd make Mona wanna.
Mona, won't you do it my way? So we gonna
Song of the week.
Words.
Boom! It just hit me.
Oh,
Song of the week time.
Here we
This
go,
week,
here we
since
go.
this is our second time mentioning Fetty Wap the Great, let's go on and just give the Song of the Week to Fetty Wap. But this is an unknown gem that was not released on his album. Most people don't necessarily know about this, but it's a song that really made me appreciate Fetty Wap as a classically trained, opera singer.
What?
Yes, like Fetty. This is what made me realize he was a Braxton. This is what made me realize that Fetty was a Winans. This is what made me feel like Fetty was a Simpson. Who else is some singing ass families? Who else? This is what Fetty made me feel like was.
Is he a Campbell?
Campbell. No, their last name isn't
A
Campbell. That's their
Jackson?
married name.
Well,
Atkins. Mary and them. Atkins.
Atkins.
Yep. So this is what made me realize that Fetty was a vocalist. There is a song. There's a song in you.
It is not
Shout
that
out to
one.
that's a secondary song, and I heard that too.
That's the
And
substitute.
I could get you, but I'm not. So moving forward, there's a song. Secondary song of the week is by Phyllis Hyman. It's called.
Oh my God.
It's called.
How you go from Fetty
right, because it just hit me when it said there's a song in you.
Fetty the vocalist.
yeah.
to
We ain't even
Phyllis
gonna get to
Hyman.
Here
We're
we
gonna
go.
to-
Here we
go
go.
ahead.
I'm about to tie it all together.
Go
I'm about to
ahead.
tie it up. Here we go.
Tighten the
There's a
shoelace for
song
me.
that they used to sample on "Song Cry" by Jay-Z. And Phyllis Hyman has a version of it. I can't think of the name of it, but it's that. So the real song of the week though, and leave that in too. The real song of the week though, give me some strings this week. The real song, the real song of the week is "Zoo-Wop" by Fetty Wap. I almost literally said Fetty Braxton, but there was
Fetty Braxton.
there was a
Jackson.
clip of this that went around Twitter. It was a 30-second Fetty Jackson. See,
No, stop. No.
okay.
I'm about to just watch. Look, this is the question. Y'all do it when y'all
So
do it.
it's
Bye.
it's Fetty Wap, and it's called Zoo-Wop, and it's the song. The last 30 seconds of this song will make you really want him to win a Grammy Award for best vocal performance. Okay, yeah, opera, jazz, hell, anything that really takes you using your voice as an instrument, and that's for Fetty. He may not have, he can sing. He may not have some things, but he got a voice. Let's go.
No.
Come on,
no,
man.
I'm leaving with my Patty.
That's what you get. That's what you get. That's
Come
what
on.
you get.
No.
Well, what I was saying
No.
he didn't have was assured paternity because there's a rumor going around that he has.
Nice.
Oh my
No,
God!
we're
Look
not
how
going
it all,
back to Love and
look how it all
Hip-Hop.
comes
Oh my
together.
God.
Look how it all comes
great way
together.
to play that off.
Fetty
'cause that's
Wap,
not what
did
you
it
was
work out?
doing.
Fetty Wap is expecting a baby with Masika, who was a really pretty girl on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and
Too bad
she's
she
saying
was
she's
trash.
pregnant by Fetty Wap, and he's saying maybe not. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But shout out to Fetty Wap. Listen to the last 30
I like
seconds
how it
of
all
Zoo-Wop.
just fit. Well, with that being said,
Now that we
all
got
the-
that shit out the way.
Well,
Asante bless us with the news.
as as per usual, please send in all submissions to thefriendzone@loudspeakersnetwork.com. Questions, comments, icebreakers, concerns, pictures.
No, don't send no
for
concerns.
Dustin
Pictures
and Fran.
and friend.
Jordans
I
for
mean, hey.
Dustin.
Okay.
A little motivation ain't never hurt nobody.
I'm accepting Jordans. I'm accepting Nike flip flops, Nike Elite socks. You know,
can
all that
send
kind
me
of stuff.
incense and tea and
You know what? I was gonna get you something for Christmas, friend, and I'm not telling you that I'm not, but I don't know what to get you. You a hard person to shop for.
I'm actually the easiest person.
I know
to
that you're
shop for.
easy. I know that it's easy to shop for you, but it makes it harder because you like when you're trying to get something that means
That's
something.
different, right? I get
Like
that.
you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you're like, if I bought you like a Ferrari, not that I have it, you would be like, "Oh, that's cool," but you know, it's a
Thanks.
car. I don't drive, and it's gonna be, like, but it's a Ferrari, bitch, selling. And like, you're not gonna give a shit.
Hmm.
Anyway, send in your submissions. So we're going to do an update.
Ooh, I
Last
wonder which one because we had a few that we asked last time.
right. So we read a letter about a housing situation.
I've been dying to hear
We
about
got
this.
the update on that.
We do have the update on this.
This is the one where she was worried about him cheating.
Yeah. And honestly, for those of you out there listening that have probably sent in updates, like I've received some of your updates and some of y'all asked me specifically not to read them out loud, and other ones of y'all, it's just we
Oh,
ain't done
really?
it yet. Yeah.
That's why
But-
you ain't heard them.
But some of them, and that doesn't go
Like,
for
what?
all of them. I know somebody like, well, I'm not doing, but no, some of y'all don't even care. Anyway, for those of y'all that do, that's what this is. Here is the response for what we were talking about last week.
So ready.
Should we give an overview of what it was about?
Yeah, just in case.
So a young lady wrote in, and she had a boyfriend that they were living together for about 6 years, and they have a child together. And long story short, the young lady got a job, and she had to move to be closer to her job. And her boyfriend stayed in the city, and he couldn't afford to be where they all were. And he ended up getting a place that was a lot cheaper, and he has a female roommate now. So
Who is the female roommate to him?
a friend.
just
right?
a friend,
Yeah.
not a cousin.
So it's not just a regular roommate. They actually have a friendship.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And the girlfriend wrote in worried because she sort of was feeling a bit insecure about the dynamic.
And I think the situation was a little bit newer than we realized, because it almost seemed like it had been happening, and I think we were commenting as if it's something that we wouldn't have been going through for a while. But she said, to clear a few things up, my boyfriend and his new female roommate have only been living together for about 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Right. He and I have been apart doing the long distance relationship thing for 4 months. So I guess he had, just finally moved out of wherever he was that he couldn't afford. Or they didn't want to spend that money. At the time, my letter had only been living with the girl for a few days. It may seem petty, but yes, even after a couple of days, I was sick about it enough to write into you guys.
Yeah.
Girl, we
It
get
makes
it.
perfect
I
sense.
know.
We get it.
Like even before they moved in, I would have been sick.
It makes perfect sense now. Thanks for the update.
2, when my boyfriend was looking to move out of our old place, she was at the same time desperate for someone to sublease the other bedroom at her apartment because her previous roommate had up and left her. She offered him the space because she hadn't been able to find anyone else to fill it. At the time of my letter,
No. Dustin. The friend zone's awful.
Woo! And listen. Hands off. I didn't have nothing to do with that. Like, it just happened.
The jokes just write themselves.
She offered
I
him
like
that
how
space.
Santi's fighting over here.
she offered him the
She offered him the space.
because she hadn't been able to. At the time of my letter, I had yet to meet the female roommate. She was not a very close friend of mine or my boyfriend's before they started living together, so I understand why she didn't reach out to me. Looking back on it, perhaps my biggest issue with the whole thing was the fact that I didn't know much about her.
Okay.
Oh, see,
okay.
I misunderstood. I thought
So,
they were homies.
We sorry, girl. We
We got all the facts
Oh,
wrong.
yeah.
Oh, well, don't worry, because fast forward to today. I took your advice and I went to visit my boyfriend and
Yes.
also meet his roommate
I hear
Yes.
that.
this past weekend to get a vibe. Nothing about either of their behavior gave me an inkling that there was something going on.
That's how you know it is. No, I'm just playing. I'm totally kidding.
In fact, she seems so into school. She's studying to be a doctor and getting her own shit together that she couldn't care less about what my man is doing.
Good.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Still
And
watch her,
look,
but good.
Look, and good.
Mhm.
I hope it stays that way. She seems to maintain a healthy distance, and she even encouraged me to visit as much as I want. Although she seems genuine, this whole thing is still going to take some getting used to.
That's right.
Luckily, my boyfriend's willingness to go above and beyond to make me comfortable has helped that process. Like Fran said, temptation is an MF, and it's not that I don't trust him, but I acknowledge that he and her are both human and anything can happen.
Yes.
Exactly. That's the reality of it.
That's right. So keep your guard up, girl.
Thank you for writing in.
Thank you so much for the update.
I hate to tell you that, but like, it's great that you and your boyfriend have that relationship, but keep your guard up because you don't know that other girl.
And someone on SoundCloud under the episode brought up a good point because if I remember correctly, she said that they're about an hour apart.
I think she said 2 hours.
Oh, it's 2. Okay, I guess
Yeah.
because one of our listeners on SoundCloud was saying, the average person's commute is an hour nowadays. Like, why don't y'all just try to make it work and move in together?
Yep.
Which is true. Commutes. I mean, if you live in LA, it's 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like,
But
to go 3 miles.
And,
Right.
and you know what? On some real, I'm about to say something real petty. Like, that's why a lot of like dates and stuff don't happen in New York City. Your commute is only an hour on that train. Like, if I'm in Harlem and you're in Brooklyn, I'm not like trying to do this. I'm just saying. So
that's true. It's
but
like,
I know they have a child involvement, so
right.
it's a little different.
No, yeah, but I thought that was cool advice. I mean, because the average commute is that long. But,
Yeah.
if it's 2 hours, that's a little
That's
bit different.
understandable.
Yeah,
You're right.
that's a little harder.
Well, thanks for the update. Thanks for writing in. I'm apprehensive to do this other update
Why?
because she just gives like a lot of different details about things, but this is an update that we do need to talk about. Last week we talked about the merging of the ex-boo and the new boo.
The business one, right?
Yeah.
We're running a business
this
together?
woman had an ex that is randomly getting into business with her new boo. and she wrote into the show.
And she didn't want one of them to know, right?
She didn't know. She was torn between telling either of them.
Right.
She hasn't
just
told anybody
bringing
yet.
it up, period. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's wondering if
Yeah,
she was,
yeah, well,
it's
clearly
her
the
most
ex
recent,
knows.
and it's her most recent ex,
no,
right?
the ex don't know.
No, I'm saying, like,
Oh.
you get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
her and the ex have the relationship, so the person who's completely in the dark is the new guy.
Well, so she cleared it up.
Okay.
Here we go. Just wanted to clear some things up. Thank y'all. Y'all are so, I like that y'all be clearing things up. I've been living out of state for the last 9 months and recently moved back home. So I've been disconnected from most of what's been happening in our community.
Okay.
The new boo and I met at a restaurant in a neighboring city, and we found out that we lived in the same city, so we decided to get to know each other for that reason. He, the new boo, also recently moved back home, so the chances of him knowing my ex should have been slim. The new boo currently holds a position that normally... See, I'm going to take out some of your details, girl, because I don't want you to get caught up. His new boo basically has a position that's responsible for certain things. So the ex needs something that they could actually get from the new boo because of their political position.
Got it. Well, it sounds like she's dating up now.
So while talking to the ex, they said that they landed a big contract of some sort, and they were talking about who this person was that they landed it with, and that's how she found out it was her new boo. So she doesn't want to seem salty by telling the new boo because he probably shut the contract down. And she don't want to see.
What a position to be in.
Right. So now I get it, girl. When you said it seemed like scandal.
Well, why you ain't say that?
And it
the
still
first
seems
time?
like scandal, but in a different way.
Y'all done called her a liar in the last episode.
Well, why you ain't
Look,
say that shit in the first place?
Look,
Damn.
you need to write a book. You was real good with them words. That felt juicy when I was reading. I was like, oh, girl, I don't know what to do for you.
Damn, in that case, shit.
And she also goes as far as
That's
to say
a sucky position.
they live in a very small community type ordeal. So everyone in the same line of work pretty much knows each other, and they cross paths at some point.
Oh, well, in that case, it won't be a big deal anyway because everybody dates everybody anyway. It's a small community.
Wow. You
Well,
know how
I
the
think-
egos are when it comes to relationships.
Well, I
Right.
don't even think that she is fazed by the thought of losing the new boo. I think she
She don't
doesn't
want to
wanna
fuck the money up.
She don't want to seem bitter towards the ex, and
Right.
she also don't want to, have that weird thing with the new boo. You know what? From what I remember, I thought you said that your ex was hitting on you and stuff. I say you just go ahead and tell your new boo, and if he does shut the contract down, good. That's your ex. You need to leave that in the past.
I go ahead, friend, but I have a thought.
I think, I'm going to say she should tell
The ex?
the new boo, because
That's what I'm saying. She should tell the new
because
boo.
this is your new life.
Yes.
So you always want to nurture what's happening in your now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because giving too much attention to the past kind of doesn't make sense. You're working backwards at this point. And if your new boo happens, why are you calling him new boo? I feel so. If
What
your
we gonna
new
call
boo-
him? James. The new boo is James.
Jody got your girl and gone.
Right.
Whoop, song number 2.
Oh,
Look up.
You
look
already
up,
did a
look up,
second. You did
song
like a
number.
backup.
Well, then song number 3. Then look up Jody by
I'm gonna let
Johnny
y'all- The
Taylor.
episode is almost over. Y'all finish it.
Jody, look up Jody by Johnny Taylor. It's a song about a man taking another man's woman, and he said that the man came home from work and saw the other man's shoes on the front porch. That's how he knew it was another man in the house.
Hell no.
Jody got your girl and gone.
Jody.
Go ahead.
So Jody,
Jody.
you need to tell Jody the truth.
Lord Pretty Flacco
Because
Jody.
Lord Pretty Flacco Jody, because if you don't tell him and he finds out,
Your ass is
you're
out
gonna
of there.
look so shady, and you're gonna actually look worse than what it actually is.
Yep.
Because he's
Yep.
gonna be like, if it's nothing, then why couldn't you say it?
That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. The ex
You,
been
to not be put in that position, like I said, you're in your now right now. So focus on who is in your
That's
now.
right.
So nurture that.
That's
Tell him.
right. The
I
ex gonna
agree
have to understand he
100%.
gonna be collateral damage.
That's just them's the breaks.
I agree with you,
Break it
friend.
up,
No,
break
and
it
I
up,
think that if
Right.
this
Nobody agrees
conversation
with
is handled right, if the conversation is handled right, nobody will get their feelings hurt. Like
Right.
just say like, "Oh my God, like this is crazy," and you're probably not gonna believe this, but that's actually my ex. Like how random.
And you said
know?
it's a small
Yeah.
community, so it's not like
And I think that your new boo absolutely will cancel that contract. So when he does, unfortunately, you are going to look a certain way to your ex, but
that's
it's your ex. I'm sorry.
It's either your ex loses or you lose.
And that's the thing. If your ex does
if you think about
successfully have this contract, you're going to have to deal with the ex and the new boo, who might not even be the new boo anymore after this is all said and done, if you tell the ex first before the new boo. Like, you know what? I think that you should find a way to tell them both at the same time. Not together. But
that would be awkward.
But if you could, tell your ex, I'm telling, like, I have a man and this man is that boss you told me about, and I have told him. So if your contract doesn't go through, it's because of that. But I have no ill will, no love lost. It's really just because you can't be in this new chapter of my life if this is something I'm going to move forward in. And
hopefully we're talking about some mature people, especially because I know we were saying that they held some type of positions of importance. So if someone has a position like that, hopefully they're mature enough to not to leave business and personal. So hopefully they won't renege on the contract just because somebody used to smash their girl. Like,
I don't know.
Hopefully,
I would love to be that optimistic, but the fact that you even said that too, and just thoughts of how people can be, because when petty strikes, especially if you're in business and you have power. See it all the time.
Yeah, power is a crazy high.
Yeah.
It makes people. But that's our advice. Hopefully it helps.
And it sounds like you rebounded well.
Right.
Okay.
So if this one loses, you only gonna win again. Sometimes you have to lose to win again.
So Kimora, you write us back and let us know. Kimora and Mariah, you write us back. All the people that's doing better now. Okay.
He done called her Kimora Mariah.
Right.
All the ones that's dating better now.
Do we have time for another one, or is that it?
Yeah, we haven't really even done
maybe that
one. Those were updates.
We just did 2 updates. We didn't even do that. I just figured we weren't doing the questions. We didn't have the whole Love and Hip Hop episode, the Dustin soundtrack episode. I was like, we're not even gonna read no letters.
Well, I guess
today.
We got time for one.
Oh, I got another song. I'm just playing.
There you go.
That Patty probably put a battery in his back.
Okay, he ain't even open it. Ain't even had a whiff of it.
Can't believe I'm looking at it.
Oh my God!
So excited.
I'm just glad I was able to give that to you folks. Okay, so here's
and I heard the pie is like the grams of like fat and sugar is like straight diabetes in there.
Heard fiction.
I think I ate more than half of that pie last
yes.
night I ate more than half of that pie last night.
Look up the nutritional facts.
I
I hate to be that person.
Look, I'm
but
still alive. I'm sitting right here. I'm energized. Obviously, something in that nutrition is working for me. Okay.
Ooh. Patty.
Say my name. Hey.
Well, I'm going to go on ahead and do this question, and we'll see how it goes. This one, I've been with my boyfriend for a little over a year now. I've lost nearly 40 pounds from eating well and hitting the gym. Congratulations, girl.
That's a lot of weight.
We're in a long-distance relationship. I go to school on the East Coast, and he's back home in California. So I send him progress pics all the time. When I went back home for Thanksgiving, he seemed to appreciate my body, but when I got back to school to finish the semester, he began to make snide comments about how I should gain the weight back because he's a chubby chaser that likes big women. He's mentioned in the past that he liked big women, but never in a way that made me feel like I had to change what I was doing. Lately, he's been saying that I look like a stick, I look sickly, that I'm too skinny, and that I'm losing my figure. I understand that everyone has their preferences, and I don't feel any type of way because he likes big women. In fact, when we first started dating, I was much heavier than I am now, but I had already lost about 15 pounds then. My issue comes from the feeling of the lack of support from him on his weight loss journey, on this weight loss journey, and ultimately my feelings of inadequacy that stem from him basically beating into my brain that he likes big women, and I am no longer a big woman. His comments have gotten under my skin in such a way that it's affecting the quality of my workouts because they're all I can think about when I'm at the gym. I've expressed to him that I have no interest in regaining any weight. I'm happy and healthy, and I have a healthy, active lifestyle that I lead now, and all the aesthetics that come with it. As much as I love him, I'm not willing to go back to feeling uncomfortable in my own skin and risking my health just so he can have the pleasure of saying he has a BBW.
Wow.
How would you three suggest about having this conversation with him in a way that he won't completely shut me out? Every girl wants to feel beautiful with her man, and unfortunately right now, I feel nothing but.
That's a tough one.
That is tough.
Well, I think that it kind of made me uncomfortable when you said some of the things that he had been saying to you since your weight loss. I've never had a problem with like being overweight, but I have seen a lot of people that have had that problem and have like, I'm saying that problem because, there was something they were trying to change, right? So there's been a mental component there. And that's where like the real work took place, to even make your mind over to make different decisions as far as what you eat, as far as exercising. And so for someone to kind of devalue that and then expect you to actually go backwards when you've made changes for like, you've grown, you've evolved. And so for someone to ask you to reverse that, I kind of think that's inappropriate. And so I think that this is a situation where you should listen to what the universe is telling you. Like if you've made this change that's so positive in your life and really just freed you, and someone is telling you, no, go back to what you were before, then that may be the universe telling you that person is not who needs to be in your life now. And so you've even said that you don't want him to, in this conversation that you have, you don't want him to completely shut you out. But you're saying something that's very important, and that's what deserves the focus more than his reaction. So I think that there's a deeper issue here as far as him and you feeling like you have to please him or you have to make him happy, even when it comes to compromising literally your physical person. That's a little extreme. Yeah. So just think about that. If that works for you, then go ahead and taper the conversation to his needs, but just give that some thought. Like, is that really even someone that you want at this point in your life, in this new life that you have, in this new body? Do you really want that type of energy? So that's all I have to say.
That's a tough one. I mean, I agree with you completely. Mm-hmm. And for me, when I think of relationships, I always think of the friendship aspect of a relationship first before the intimacy and, the more conventional things that people think of when they think of a partner or a boyfriend. And the friendship aspect of it is so make or break when it comes to me. Like, I need to feel like you're my friend. You care about not just me being your girlfriend, but me as a person outside of our relationship. Like you care about me as an individual, whether we're together or not. That's something that's very important to me. And I feel what he's saying to you is that his sexual and intimate preferences are more important than your life.
Yeah.
And your happiness in your mind. And that, to me, that's a bit odd, because he's showing his inability to separate this union from you as a person, as a friend that you're supposed to actually care for as a person.
Right.
We don't own each other. No one belongs to anyone. So it's like sad that he can't be proud of you and encourage you and be like, yo, like you lost 40 pounds. Like that's crazy. Like the average person, if this is something you really wanted to do and weight loss is such a struggle, they'd be hyped.
Very
trying to be at the
you.
gym for you, with you, if anything. Like, yo, let's go together. Like, I got you. Let's cook together. Let's grocery shop together. Like, you're supposed to be supporting each other at least. So I think this is, it says a lot more about the quality of the relationship that you guys have as a whole.
I agree.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know. I mean, I understand love is tricky and difficult. Obviously, I think you should sit with him, but I feel like he's already showing you who he is, so I'm not really sure what answers you're looking for. He already told you how he feels.
He's telling you straight up that,
you're looking
I'm
for
a
a
chubby
closure.
chaser.
Right, you're looking for a closure in the conversation that he essentially already gave you.
I mean, I don't want to kick it to you like this, but I'm going to just go as far as to say, if he's telling you straight up, like, I'm a chubby chaser, not to say that you need to decide, am I going to gain this weight back or am I going to keep living my life? You need to keep living your life. And it sucks, unfortunately, that he hasn't made the connection that it's not even about him. It's really about you taking the time out to look at the decisions you make and take control of those decisions. And I don't even think that he even has realized the power that that's had to take. Maybe he hasn't crossed that road yet. So not to just say you just need to leave that loser in the dust because he ain't thinking right, but
at least give him a chance.
Don't give
talk
anyone,
to him, I guess.
Losing weight for yourself and doing anything for yourself, don't give anyone more control over the situation than you, because you're doing everything to make yourself happy ultimately.
Exactly.
And you're not going to be happy making everybody else happy. Yes, this is your significant other. Yes, this is your boyfriend. but you are also their significant other. Okay, you're their girlfriend. They should also take that in consideration.
And honor
and if
it,
they're
yeah.
not, then it's going to be a hard conversation to have any which way you do it. But the way that they have just said to you, I'm a chubby chaser, you should also say, I am not going to gain this weight back. Like, I'm going to continue to be healthy. So what are we going to do to make this work?
Right.
And if you can't make it work,
Crossroads.
girl, it's going to be a whole new season when you let that new body out the bag.
Like-
I'm just letting you know.
Options.
Because I haven't even, like, really switched it up. But, like, Fran today was talking about the young G changing.
The glow up.
I'm just telling
The
you.
glow up is real. Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. That might
keep going
look,
hard, and
this-
summer's right around
girl,
the corner.
this might be your way out, girl.
Yeah, this could
it's
be
it's a
it.
long distance relationship. It's a long
Yes.
winter.
This
Let
might
me
be
tell
a
you
whole
something.
more weight that you need to get rid of.
You talking about
Right.
right.
Honestly, look, and you know what? Look, but that was a good one. But you onto something, because I
For
feel like for
real.
me personally, like when I started losing weight because I had more energy, like I was losing weight in other areas. Like
It
I was,
transcends.
you're trimming the fat in other areas of your life because you're
Say
realizing.
that.
Because when I've been slimming down, and because I've been on the show with y'all, my energy's been changing. Like some days I'm up and down, but like I left one night after you gave that advice about cleaning the room. That's when I bought the stones and got a new bed frame and started turning my shit around. I was like, you know what? I can't live like this.
Yep.
Like this is New York City. I have to have my peace of mind. So I need to be like Fran and get my shit in order to make sure that I'm living the way that I want to live to keep going. So girl, you have to do what you have to do for you.
Agreed.
Right.
Agreed.
Woo.
Well, we hope that helped
I
you.
hope so, girl.
And we hope with the updates that helped you too. And to those listening that could possibly relate to these questions, any church announcements, fellas?
Nah, I just got a patty pie in my hands, and I got a patty pie in my hands, and I'm so happy. I don't know what to do.
I'm telling you, for real, when you get home, go ahead, preheat the oven first. When before you put anything down, just preheat the oven, go get yourself ready, and then pop it in when it's ready. By the time you have taken lift off,
I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm
Well,
so grateful.
we
God
love
is good.
you guys.
I might preheat your oven when we get back uptown. I might.
You did. How you say I'm a preheat your oven
Okay.
Okay,
the oven
you got a
on.
stone to preheat the oven from here.
from here, right?
Okay, you just
A
hold it
remote
up.
stone.
You put a little coal on top of it. Put a little coal on top of the stove and make sure it's always hot. Go ahead.
Oh, we
Charcoal.
love you guys.
All right, y'all. Holla.
Thank you so much for
Bye,
listening.
y'all.
We'll hear you next week.
Protect your magic.
Yeah, I'm going to holler at y'all next week, though.
Bye.